Hello, everyone. Welcome to Everything Arsenal. I didn't do a preview for this game. I didn't see any need of doing a preview for this game. The Premier League season, as you know, when something is dying slowly, that is how our Premier League season has been going since January. It's been a slow, painful death in our Premier League season. I don't know where they're going to pull a performance from against PSG, but this is our biggest game, bigger than Real Madrid, bigger than Bayern Munich last season, bigger than Aston Villa last season. This is our biggest game in years. I don't know where they're going to pull off a performance from, but we need something. When we drew 2-2 with Crystal Palace a couple of weeks ago, I started that video by saying that game has gone exactly how the season has gone for Arsenal, and we can repeat it again in this video. Once again, number one, another game where we score fast and we don't win. Now, that is something we used to do very well, and that has been a concern this season. Usually we'd score one, and then we know our defense, we're going to keep a clean sheet, no problem. We're going to manage games well, but this season it hasn't happened. Every time we score fast, the other team scores. Like Crystal Palace last week, we score fast, they equalize. We score again, they equalize again. That has happened along many times this season. That is number one. Number two, we can't sustain pressure at all. Like first half, some great moves, we create a few chances in there, looking great. Second half, can we get a second goal and kill off the game? Nah. Second half, nowhere to be seen at all, apart from that time when Saka went to the left side, another shot. That was it. That was really it. And then number three, yet another game where we have the ball, especially first half, the position was balanced. They had a bit more, but they weren't creating anything at all. We are the ones who are getting the ball into their box, having chances in and around their box. But once again, Bournemouth have their first shot on target. When was it? 66th minute. First shot on target, goal. How many times has that happened this season? We can go to West Ham at home and many others that the other team has had their first shot on target, goal. I think even Liverpool at home, so many times it's happened where the other team has their first shot on target, goal. And that is how our season has gone. It's not been great at all this season. I cannot lie. I knew it wasn't going to be a good season after we lost to West Ham at home. Maybe some of you realized it earlier when we won 1-0 against Ipswich in December, maybe against Bournemouth and Newcastle when he lost back in November. That is Bournemouth, by the way, beating us home and away. That's the first team to do that against us this season. Well done to them. They haven't even been on great form, so that's another thing that has happened this season. Once again, we face a team that hasn't been on great form, and we draw points against them, unfortunately. So it's if we had secured second, I would completely check out of this Premier League season. But we can't do that because the fact that we've won one game in like 2 months or something in the Premier League, teams are catching up with us. And we are going to look at the table, but now it's very crucial now. Now our next games are Liverpool and Newcastle, and we have to pick up a win from somewhere. And if something happens when we beat PSG, I did not want us to go into those games having to play our full team again, trying to win all of those games so that you can secure second. It wouldn't be great. This is a big summer transfer window ahead. I know we still have PSG before that summer transfer window. We need to focus on that game, but this is a big summer transfer window ahead. Big summer transfer window. Right now, I think we only have 3 or 4 players playing well. Declan Rice always gives his energy. Every single game, gets chances, makes things happen. Fantastic. Lewis Kelly is looking great. As always, has been absolutely fantastic. And Partey played well, and Saka is being double marked in games and you're having trouble. So all the rest of the players, it's a lot of inconsistency. Like today, Saliba makes an incredible challenge, but if you look at the last game, he made an error. You look at Traya, he makes an incredible save one week. The next week, like today, it happens. A couple of poor passes almost got chipped again today, this time by Van Nielsen. You look at Martinelli, one good game, the next game, You look at Trossard, gets a chance, finish, the next chance, misses. Odegaard, I think he played well in the first half, second half, did not see him at all. And you can say that about every single player. And White was not good today at all. Ouattara got past him 2 or 3 times very easily, and he's not looking like on the levels at the moment. So we do have problems in this team, and this is a big summer transfer. And I'm not even saying, as I've always said, I'm not even saying sell 10 players. No, we still have very good players in this team. Saliba's, Rice's, Saka's. Good to sell those players. Those players are still very, very good. But we need to add something into this team. Like if we kept this team again the same way it is into next season, it would just die off completely, and then we'd end up finishing like fourth. That is what would happen. We need to re-energize this team somehow this transfer window. I think we need like 5 signings this transfer window to re-energize this team. We just have to. It's we are dying a painful death, and it hasn't even been a disaster of a season. We've made 2 semifinals, and we've been second on the table the whole season. But the one that you know exactly where it's heading, and that is how it's felt a long time. Even when it was halftime 1-0, and then it got to like the 60th minute, my first thought in my head was, nah, this is going to probably be another draw. If Bournemouth are going to have one chance and they're going to score. They did, and they had another chance and they scored again. So they didn't even get the draw. They actually ended up winning the game. So heading into that PSG game, my only hope going into that PSG game is one hope. The fact that Rice will play as a number 8 and Partey plays as a number 6. Because in the first half, we saw Declan Rice getting opportunities, going forward, winning the tackles in advanced positions, giving us opportunities to create chances, and he's a threat in the box. Like apart from Merino, Declan Rice is basically like our second best threat inside the box. So, and Partey in midfield, that will allow Declan Rice and Merino to push forward. That is the only thing I'm hoping for that works in this game, because we need Partey and Declan Rice to have a 10 out of 10 in that game for us to get anything. Other than that, I'm not going into that game confident in any other player or anything like that. Of course, we know Saka can pull something off the bag. Lewis Kelly has been great. I trust Lewis Kelly. I like the way he gets the ball and turns and gets surrounded by 4 players and still makes the right call. Yeah, I would say Lewis Kelly. Maybe Lewis Kelly, when we have the ball, it gets into midfield, and then you have Partey and Rice there as well. That is my only hope. But the rest of it, I don't know what to expect. Are we going to get another poor performance from Odegaard? Are we going to get more missed chances from Trossard or Martinelli? Is Saka going to be marked by 4 players again, and then you don't have anything to do at all? Is Raya going to dwell with the ball too long with Saliba, and are we going to make another error? Like, I can't trust anyone at the moment. Is Atta going to make the subs early? I cannot trust anyone in the team right now apart from those 3 players that I've mentioned. And we need, especially Partey and Rice, we need them to have a 10 out of 10 performance in that game, because now, I don't know, these Premier League games, is it the fact that we're just not capable of winning these Premier League games? Is it a couple of players have completely checked out from the Premier League? But we can't really say that, because it's been a lot of poor performances in the Premier League this season. I think the only 4 performances that have been impressive to me this season in the Premier League, one was against Crystal Palace away from home. That was great. West Ham away from home. That was great. You see, I'm actually thinking, so that is a problem. First of all, that is already a problem. So Crystal Palace, West Ham away, those 2 games. Brentford away was okay. Yeah, you can tell I'm struggling to mention games. There's a 4th game I've forgotten. I don't know if it was Nottingham at home. Those really are the only games that we've really enjoyed this season. Every other game in the Premier League this season has been sort of a disaster, whether it's in terms of someone picking up an injury before the game or during the game, whether it's in terms of picking up a red card, whether it's in terms of missing multiple chances in the game, whether it's in terms of scoring fast and then doing nothing for the rest of the game, whether it's in terms of making subs too late, whether it's in terms of not having a bench to bring on, whether it's scoring fast and then the other team scores, whether it's being 1-0 all the way. Basically, there's no game, 3-4 games we've been comfortable this season. All the others, even the ones we've won, like 1-0 against Ipswich, even we were 1-1 against Southampton heading into the 70th minute of that game. Like, there's no game that has been comfortable this season apart from 3 or 4 in the Premier League. So it has been, we might still finish second, but it has been a shock of the season now, a shocking Premier League season. Now, I think we are going to finish third, unfortunately. Man City are playing Southampton next week. They're on form. I think they are going to win that game for sure, like 5-0. They are going to be probably level on points with us next week. So we are going to need to get something against Liverpool and Newcastle. Newcastle are fighting for something. They've beaten us 3 times this season. It's not looking good in terms of the Premier League. So we still are going to finish in the top 5 because Newcastle is going to play Chelsea. They're going to draw points. Nottingham is going to play Chelsea. So they are going to draw points against each other. But if they were playing any other teams, I'd be like, this is trouble. So that's the only positive I have. Rice in that first half and Bat in that first half. I could see something that can work against PSG, but I don't know. And again, to make it worse, these players that are really good, but they just look like completely tired. Like someone like Julian Timber has been one of our players of the season. He looks tired. I think they said he was rested, but I saw someone else saying it's a bit of a knock again. Timber is being treated every single game on the pitch. He's going off every single game because of a knock of an injury. He's played a lot this season, and then good to see some energy from Rice today. That is our only hope. If Rice was not playing this game, I'd be like, I don't know, man. They think it's done. So that's our only hope. If you beat PSG and go to a final, we can save the season and completely forget about this Premier League season, like the way Man United or Tottenham are going to forget about their Premier League seasons. When one of them wins the Europa League, we are going to need to do the same with the Champions League. Now, things are not, the odds are not looking good for us in that competition, obviously. We are playing away from home. PSG rested 10 players today. We played our full team and we lost. We are going into that game. I'd say we both don't have momentum, but they have the lead from the first game and they rested their players anyway. So they do have momentum, I'd say, or they have better momentum than us. So, and the way you consider the goals as well, we are very good from set pieces with the teams that scores a lot of corners and free kicks. But I think like 45% of goals that we've considered have come from set pieces as well. Bournemouth scored two set pieces against us the first time. So Bournemouth have scored 4 goals against us this season. All 4 of them have been set pieces. That's how crazy it is. And we've considered so many set pieces this season as well. Man City away, Liverpool at home, so many teams have come. So that is something that, again, we also need to work on. So this is a big summer transfer, man. Not even this transfer window, the preseason, because we're not in the Club World Cup and players are not going for Euros or anything like that. This is going to be a big summer for us. Huge summer. Because if you have another bad summer, already Liverpool is ahead of us. Already Man City on their very, very poor season. It looks like Man City is still going to finish ahead of us. That is still 2 teams that we need to find a way to finish ahead of. And then if you waste another season, you'll find Newcastle and anyone else there right to overtake you, ready to overtake you. So you cannot just sit down and say, okay, we are good to go. Nah. And I feel like next one is do or die. I feel like not just for the manager, for some players that are going to stay here next season as well, it's do or die. It's completely do or die. Like if it's done, that we've seen from this season and the last season, the previous season, the season starts from the first day. I know it sounds stupid and very obvious, but the season starts from the first day. Usually you'd say, okay, you've drawn the first 2 games, no problem. There's still 36 games to go. Nah, not this Premier League when you're competing with Man City and Liverpool. You have to win 9 of your first 10 games. That's how it needs to be. You can't. Every single game is important from the first day. So stuff. No. So let's take a look at at this table and see what we are looking at the moment. So. So this is a bit problematic. So by the way, if Liverpool beat us next week, they're going to finish like 20 points ahead of us. that is a nightmare. Man City are going to beat Southampton next week. They're going to be on 67, so they're going to catch up with us. We are going to need to You're going to need to at least draw with Liverpool, beat Newcastle and Southampton, get to 74 points. Now, if we don't win one of the Liverpool or Newcastle games, we are going to finish 3rd. Man City is going to finish 2nd. If we end up losing to Liverpool and Newcastle, there's a big chance that Newcastle, Chelsea, one of them is going to overtake us and they're going to finish 4th. So that's not going to be a great picture at all. But yeah, as you can see this run here, you can see Liverpool have 4 Ws, Man City have 4 Ws, Newcastle have 4 Ws, Chelsea have 3 Ws, Aston Villa have 4. We are the only one that has 1 W here. So the way we are finishing our season is quite terrible, quite terrible. And I'm not expecting us to finish with 13 draws. I'm expecting us to get another draw here. So I think I can only confidently say we are going to get 1 more win, and that's against Southampton. So we are looking at either 70 points or 71 points or 72 points. I don't think we're going to get any higher than that. So... But again, it's very easy to predict what could happen. If we get eliminated by PSG, don't be surprised if we ended up beating beating Newcastle and Liverpool. That's what usually happens again from the last 20 years. Whenever the season is over, we beat a lot of teams at the end of the season. But yeah, Premier League season has been a disaster. A big game on Wednesday. That's our biggest game ever. I don't know, probably bigger, maybe second to Barcelona final 2006. This is how big this game is. How are you going to do it? I don't know. They're going to need to pull out something. Those performances against Sporting, against Real Madrid home and away, against PSV away, against Monaco at home. We need those performances. One of those performances against PSG. We need to defend well. Now, these days, we do consider few goals, so PSG are probably going to score. So how are we going to get 2 goals in this game? It's just hope, because, man, if we lose on Wednesday, man, it's going to be a long not 1 month ahead. It's going to be a long 4 months ahead for us Arsenal fans. Very, very long, very long. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch up with you guys on the next one.